In 1762, John Montague, the fourth Earl of Sandwich, was so addicted to gambling that he refused to leave the card table to eat. He had a servant bring him meat tucked between two slices of bread so he could eat with one hand and keep playing with the other. His fellow gamblers loved the idea. They started ordering the same. The sandwich was born. It's a great story, specific, memorable, the kind that gets into history books and stays there. There's only one problem. Bread with food inside it is at least 2,000 years older than the Earl of Sandwich, and he may not have even been gambling. Let's go back to the 1st century BCE. Rabbi Hillel the Elder, a foundational Jewish scholar, wrapped lamb, bitter herbs, and vegetables in matzah during the Passover Seder. The practice was called a korech. It wasn't improvisation, it was ritual, and it has been observed continuously in Jewish tradition for over 2,000 years. That's not a metaphor for a sandwich, that's a sandwich. 2,000 years before the Earl of Sandwich sat down at a card table. In medieval Europe, the standard eating vessel for most people wasn't a plate, it was a thick slab of day-old bread called a trencher. You placed your food on top of it, ate the food, and sometimes ate the bread too, soaked in gravy and juices, or fed it to dogs. Rich and poor alike ate this way. The bread wasn't a vehicle by design, it was a practical solution to not having ceramic plates widely available. But the structural logic is identical. Bread, food on or inside it, eaten together. In the Middle East and Central Asia, flatbread wraps containing meat and vegetables have existed continuously for millennia. The concept of bread plus filling is not an invention. It is a natural conclusion that any culture with bread and something to put in it will eventually reach. So what did the fourth Earl of Sandwich actually do? Probably less than the legend claims. The gambling story first appeared in print in 1765, 3 years after it supposedly happened, in a travel journal written by a French writer named Pierre-Jean Grosley. It was secondhand, it was colorful, and it spread because it was a better story than the more likely truth, that the Earl, who was a genuinely busy man serving as Britain's First Lord of the Admiralty during a period of significant naval activity, ate at his desk while working and found it convenient. Biographer N.A.M. Rodney, who wrote a full-length book on the Earl, found no contemporary evidence the gambling story is true. What is true is that the Earl was known for eating this way, that his aristocratic circle picked up the habit, and that the English upper class popularized a name for something that had existed everywhere in every culture since bread was first baked. Britain's global reach in the 18th and 19th centuries exported its language and its culture across the world. When the British named something, the name followed the empire. The sandwich, as a word, as a cultural concept, spread through English-speaking markets and stuck globally. 2,000 years of bread with filling. One English aristocrat eating at his desk. And somehow he gets the credit. Rabbi Hillel did it 2,000 years ago. Medieval peasants did it on a piece of stale bread. And an 18th century British nobleman eating at his desk accidentally got his title attached to all of it. History rewards the person who gets the naming rights, not the person who did it first.